Wrestlingus Show. Yeah, we back, boy. Wrestlingus Show. Fuck those, we annoy. Wrestlingus Show. Too hard for the meat. Wrestlingus Show. On the air every week.
It's the Wrestlingus Show, ladies and gentlemen. This is the show where we talk about the WWE. We also have another show that we talk about, AEW. We equal, Faust, right? What do we call it when you go like this, Faust?
Right down the middle, daddy.
Right down the middle, daddy. And you could watch me do the right down the middle on patreon.com/LingusMafia. You go to the Godfather Plus tier, Faust. That'll have a lot of things for you, including the upcoming wedding, which I will talk about mostly on the Lingus Mafia podcast, not on this Wrestlingus show. But it's all encompassing with the Lingus Mafia, Faust. It's all, right. I don't even know you say sponsor. What do you say, Faust? The family, the Lingus Mafia family. The Wrestlingus show is part of that. Thank you.
Right.
So
That's the mothership, baby.
Yes. And so what we're talking about is everything that happened from WWE. And we were talking on our pre-show, Faust, on our buy-in show, which we give a bonus, a few minutes before the show starts. And after the show, we continue on. What the fuck was I saying? I don't even remember.
Well, you're talking about Satin and Sab, JD. We're talking about other.
I was talking about JD. That's people. Who I was talking about. Very good, Faust. Very good. God bless you for being here, Faust. So we were on Twitter today, or at least my Twitter, because I always go on just Lingus Mafia Twitter, of course. And so I was on my own because people were yelling at Billy. And I defend Billy when it comes to his news. I say, any other problem you have with him, I don't give a shit, really. It's personal preference. Don't tell me his news is fucking wrong. That's where I'm offended by it. So, Of course, Swerve fucking yells at him, and they're in fights and shit. So when I mentioned something, there was a fan of JD from New York who was yelling at me, which I go, all I said was his numbers were good. But Faust, as we should have just a shirt that just says "Pound Wrestling Fans," because this is what it is. Exactly. I go, the funny thing is, we should all be a very tight-knit, circle the wagons group wrestling fans should be. Because it's niche, outside. Thing.
Right.
The outside world looks down on wrestling fans as shit. We should fucking circle wagons, but they destroy from the inside like fools. So
I always hear the two worst fan bases are wrestling fans and Star Wars fans.
Oh,
like Star Wars
that's
fans.
A shame we're both
argue and
I've never argued once about Star Wars. I don't know if I've heard an argument other than a joke.
I enjoy it and I'm fine. But then people argue about, God damn it, this Clone Wars doesn't
Clone Wars. Faust, did I take 4 minutes out of my day to argue about Clone Wars? You should put a gun in my mouth. So I said, I do not have one wrestling podcast other than this one that I have subscribed to on my phone. I don't listen to none. Yeah. I listen to a million football ones, and I mostly listen to Chicago radio anyway. I'm barely on these podcasts, but sometimes then I listen to like murder stuff, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
so
your true crime stuff.
Yes, I listen to that good stuff. Zodiac, Faust. And so I'm like, okay, I've heard clips of JD from New York. And I enjoy, and it's a ranting and raving, which I enjoy thoroughly. The same as I enjoy Billy scream and yell. I enjoy Cornette to scream and yell. Fantastic. That was the Howard stuff. I enjoy a yell. So this is all I've ever heard. All I've ever heard was a clip here and there. And so I remember Billy mentioned to me one time, there's this guy, JD from New York. He kind of has the same mindset about certain things. I go, oh, okay. I don't listen. And so I sought him out a couple weeks back. And I said, hey, I don't know if you've ever heard of Billy Body, but he does a show on the Conan channel on YouTube. And I said, I co-host it with him. He gets inside. He knows a lot of people on the inside, and he's really right about these things. I thought you'd kind of fit in wells with us, and would you like to come on sometime to talk? It'd be just fun to talk. And he wrote back very cordially nice, but he goes, Conan and Disco have said some nasty stuff about me, so I kind of don't want to do anything that's involves their channel or something. And I was like, fuck. I go, I don't even have a fucking clue. And I'm like, oh, sorry. And I go, I go, quite frankly, they don't know who the fuck I am. And I'm on the show. I'm just on. Yeah, I'm just like on their channel. But I go, I have my own.
Who's Cav?
Yeah, who's Cav? Fuck, where's my fucking thing first? I have this. Where's this? I have a good sound effect for that. One day I'll fucking find it. But as I see,
page 4 in blue.
No kidding. This is the problem. I have 12 fucking pages.
Is it not labeled?
It's labeled. There we go, Fuzz. All this for this.
Who's Kev?
Yeah, who's Kev? He don't know who the fuck I am. Oh, they go, oh, it's Billy's co-host. Like he's ever watched this channel one time in his life.
Exactly.
So I'm like, oh, okay. And I don't know if Billy's talked badly after, because then it's, oh, well, JD has success, so fuck that guy. I don't know if that's what's had been said, because that's where anyone's hate comes from. I'm mad you have success and I'm not as popular. That's that's almost mine to a point with certain ones where I go, I know this stupid wrestling show of mine is fucking good. If only anyone heard it. So you go, it's not even jealousy more than it's like, it's jealousy to the point of, oh, that's fucking, I wish I had it. But you don't go, fuck you for having it. That's a difference.
Right.
So I go, all right, whatever. So I say, oh, it'd be nice if, you come on sometime, whatever. I go, listen, he don't know me. It's just on his channel, but we could do it on another channel if you wanted to, whatever, though. But, take care. So for the first time, well, before I get to that, I see, they're arguing online with Billy and all this stuff for Swerve yelling at him for being racist, which, God forbid you say anything, you're fucking racist right away.
Right.
And so Punk even fucking chimed in, which was funny, yelling at Ross Sapp and Jesus Christ.
I think it was Satin.
Satin. No.
Yeah, Satin.
Oh, Sapp or Satin. Who the fuck is who? Who's what, Faust? How do I have them crossed up?
Well, I think the original, it was Satin that Punk replied to.
Okay.
But it was Sapp originally saying, oh, yeah, Billy, this piece of shit, whatever. But then Satin chimed in. And that's when
Faust, I can't tell them apart.
I know.
Sapp and Satin, fuck, okay. So I
They're
had
both
said
douchey, but Sapp actually has
they
some
look alike, kind of
news, but then Satin's just much douchier.
Well, I wrote Sapp because I think Satin has blocked me, and that's why I was surprised I was able to. No wonder, Faust. And I said, hey, would you be willing? At first, I tweeted it normally and said, would you be willing to come on a neutral show, which would be ours? You see how I get that, Faust? Yeah. And I say, but then I'm like, you guys could air it where you want it to, but we'll have our name at least on there. But I said, if anybody knows me from listening, I'm tough but fair, Faust, right down the middle, daddy, and I would have them talk. And I wouldn't let Billy jump on him. I would hit the fucking mute. I have mute. I would hit the fucking mute. I want one to say their piece, but he will also be able to say his piece too. And, do you want to do that? And then I even wrote him a private DM and said the same thing. I said, it'd be cool to get out there. And I said, if you guys are able to bury this, you guys could take over the fucking industry. The two of you with the shit that the inside people, you guys would be able to fucking kill the fucking world. And I would think that would be very attractive to someone to fucking be able to, let's fucking go and blow the fuck up. But you hate someone that much. And he just wrote back, no, he's a horrible human being. And I said, well, thank you for writing back. Okay, the end. So
and Sapp seems to have a bit of an ego anyway, where it's like, well, Mike Johnson's reporting this, but I haven't confirmed it yet. It's like, it's not news until his people, he could confirm that it's real news. So
I'm like, I one guy's yelling about Conan's numbers being shit, and he's a JD guy. You can see because JD, doesn't like the Conan people, and he's like, why do I need to go on his show when I do better numbers than Conan does, which is crazy, right? So he's yelling that the numbers are shit, and I just go, what the fuck? And I go, Billy had a 9-minute clip, and it had 9,000 watches. So I circled that and sent it. And he's yelling, oh, this is fucking nothing for a wrestler. 3 wrestlers are on this show, and it only does that. And I go, all right, I think that's good numbers. And then he goes to our old YouTube, which our podcast sound...
Don't look at that.
Good Lord, don't look at that. Our podcast simulcast, like the sound goes automatically to the YouTube just so it's another place that hears us.
Right.
And it has, there's 9 views. That's not our fucking place, obviously.
Yeah, we're not out there promoting it.
Good Lord.
It's just there if somebody stumble upon
That's what it's for, a stumble. You put booby traps out there, Faust. And so he's like, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of just automatically pulled from this. That's not our channel. But what are you explaining to, Faust? Yeah. And so I said, I invited JD on, and I asked him if he wanted to be on, and he said, he had a problem with Conan and all that kind of stuff. So, but I saw that he tweeted to Billy, who are you informing? Shut the fuck up, yelling ahead. So I go, well, I guess he's got a problem with him too. But I said, I'm the type that if I like this guy, and I like that guy, and if they hate each other, the fuck do I give a shit? I can enjoy both myself. No problem for me. So I listened for the very first time to a full JD show today. And
nice.
I've
barely heard the guy, so I don't know what he
same
does.
with me.
I've seen him online arguing with, I think, GOC or something.
Oh, really?
And I think I'd heard about his name years ago, but I'm like, who is this guy? I don't know who he is.
I've
never seen him come across or anywhere else. So
I think a lot of the arguing is to just do radio DJ arguing. I need because I enjoyed a nice war as well. And it's like, when you get into it's a fun thing. And like I said, I don't care who you are. I think I can go toe to toe with whoever. If you get me hot, I can, and you want to go back and forth live talking. I don't need this tweeting nonsense where somebody thinks of a nice script. You want to go toe-to-toe talking, any day. Hand a comedian a microphone. I will not feel that I could be second place to anybody. And I think that's how you kind of got to go in with shit. So I hear JD's show. And in the beginning, because I said, oh, this is a good one. Listen, he does apparently a lot of stuff. He does like the super chats and all these things that Twitch, whatever. I don't even know about these things.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He does a lot of this the right after Raw. And so he's talking about the thing that's going on with Sasha and Naomi and everything that we'll get to in this show. So forgive me that I'm going on this long before we get into the show. So I'm listening to this, and it's fantastic. He's giving his opinion, and he's yelling and screaming the whole time. And he finishes that. That's 20 minutes long of, yelling and fucking going off. And I'm picturing him in a room screaming. And then he goes into, okay, now it's time for a Raw review. And here's where I listened to the entire thing. My critique, Faust. I'm sure he give a shit. He has all this audience that likes what he does. How I am telling you, the wrestling review is the same wrestling review that every wrestling review does. He has a lot of detail, which I go, my God, I don't know how he's watching it this hard. Where he is right. Notes. He wrote down that whole fucking Cody goddamn promo. I wrote a fucking sentence because that's our show is. That's where I think our show is so different. It is not even close to these wrestling review shows. It is not even close to what they do because ours is not. I don't even know if you would say ours is reviewing it. Ours
we pick
is
out
critiquing it.
We'll mention like the major stuff, but yeah, we're more pointing
close
out.
The window.
Like,
go on.
Yeah, we're more pointing out like if they fuck up a line or something like that, or they say something that doesn't make sense.
It's more of a joke. Our stuff.
Yeah.
So my thing with him is I think he should only do opinions on all the wrestling things. If he just fucking went on and talked about certain subjects or a storyline and just gave his own opinion, I think it would be fucking great. Because I was riveted to listen to the first 20. I listen to the rest because I want to give a try and see what he does. But it's obviously it's more entertaining than Smart Wrestling Fans review, Faust. He still has his lines in there where it's still good and he still yells or something. But I think it's better when he is giving his personal opinion instead of giving you the rundown of a match. He gives his opinion after the rundown and saying, what the fuck are you doing? Which is great because that's kind of like what us. But I would love to, and I might just reach out to him. I would like to have him for an interview, Faust. And I was like, I would even want to pay him to ask how he does certain things. Like, I'm listening to this going, how the fuck? He has on his, whatever this super Twitch bullshit thing, right? Where he goes, if you're a VIP, you have a different color dot next to your name, and you're a higher standard in here, and you have different colors for different tiers that you're on, and you can interact. And I go, how do he do this, Faust? I need to learn.
Sounds like Twitch stuff, yeah.
And I go, I would love to be able to pick his brain and learn from it. And you know what I really wanted to do too, Faust? Like, my whole fucking plan revolved around one stupid joke, getting him on the show, right? It was all for one fucking thing, practically. I want to come on and Harold, JD from New York, who's a fucking Atlanta Braves fan. I want to bust his balls because I would wear my Mets hat, Faust, and go, what the fuck is this? And so, you know, I just want to bust chops. But I think
he would be all things New York.
Yeah, it was odd. He's from Bronx, which is Yankees.
In his name. Yeah.
I'm like, what? So, but I think it'd be fun to have him on. And like, not even to really talk fucking wrestling, just fucking shoot the shit, I bet you. But like, I'm always interested, like when I talk to, what's his name? Joe Rogan. What the fuck's his name, Faust? Not Joe Rogan. No. What the fuck? I had him on fucking Billy's show.
Oh,
why do I
Cronin?
Joe Rogan. Close enough. Yeah, because I was picking his brain. How did you do a lot of this shit? You know, and I'm so interested by that kind of stuff. So that's my thoughts. But yeah, I don't know if it probably comes with old age where I'm just like, all these fucking, especially when Twitter wears you fucking down. Like, you're like more disgusted by anything. I'm like, man, it's just fucking, it gets to you where you're just like, when you say the sky is blue and they say no, and you're just like, you can't argue with fucking mental patience. And then I go, and I can't tolerate where the me and Billy thing, where it's jokey stuff and people are so fucking offended and you need to be banned. I can't handle those human beings where it's the cancel shit and all. I fucking can't do it.
Tell your manager.
True life. If I was like this, can't do it. Won't do it. I won't do it to myself. I'll fucking go up and down that field, be penalized the whole field, Faust. I'd rather play with 10. So let's get into wrestling, Faust. What do you think?
I was gonna say, if we were on the Informer right now, people would say, "Okay, the
time starts at 17:50." Shit.
Where's my notes? All right.
Okay, I'm in the middle of also doing wedding things at the same time, Faust, approving certain things. Okay, SmackDown, Faust. You got your SmackDown. I sound like McAfee with, this is unbelievable. This guy's coming to the ring. I go, fucking, how do you fake being excited like this? Faust, back in the day, I might have been able to fake being, I can't even fake being, like I go, how good of a job would I do, Faust, if I was there? I don't think I would do a good job. I would have to be, this is the great, it'd be like, and I know I would get, my pocket would be buzzing with you going, oh, fucking stop it. You're not fucking excited. Who you fucking lied to?
Put on your best Morrow impersonation. Mamma mia!
The thing is, that motherfucker for real excited and shit. I go, you can't fake jumping up and down like a fool.
Yeah.
Good God. RKO talks in the ring about the pay-per-view. Orton calls out Reigns. Sammy shows up in his Bloodline t-shirt.
Important news this week, we had rabbits coming out of Riddle's ass.
I don't know why this has changed every fucking time. This is the new thing. I think they started it and then went, what the fuck does this have to do anything? Let's just fuck around. Yeah.
Or pigeons first? Is that what it was?
I think it was. Yeah. There was grasshoppers and shit. It was like, what?
Yeah.
Orton says, Sammy, you make calls for the Bloodline. Why don't you make our match for us? You fucking put in, like, if he says it, then it's going to be the way it is.
Yeah, Rusty, why don't you do it?
Oh, no, he's called, now Faust, he's going to be called Rusty Jones out there.
Rusty.
My grandson, Rusty. And he goes, oh, if you lose to Riddle, we get a unification match. Pierce comes out and says, well, I don't know about that part, but you guys can have a match. So Riddle and Sammy, of course, Riddle wins, whatever. See, this is where I don't go through a match. I go, who cares?
Yeah,
Sammy lost.
The only note was there was a callback to last week where Sammy tried to win by count out like he beat Nakamura last week, but Riddle beat the count, hit the bro Derek.
The bro Derek, Faust. Roman and the Bloodline in the back saying, we're done with this Riddle and Orton shit. I love that they ignore and they completely change the story like we're morons and we don't know that it was Roman who demanded that they go and fight them and unify the titles. Never mind. At Faust, they do the fucking Men in Black. They flash that thing in front of the face. Whoop, whoop.
Never mind.
They zap them out and go, we don't fucking... Never fucking happened because you needed the good guys to fucking chase the bad guys because the bad guys are scared of it. Ronda says she's a fighting champion and who wants a shot? Music hits, Faust, and nobody knows who the hell is coming.
Like,
who's coming out?
Like,
I don't know this generic music. Who is it? Old Rodriguez. Gonriguez. Old Rodriguez shows up and she says she'll take a shot. And it's an honor to go against Ronda. And she's all gummy-smiled good guy, Faust.
I was just about to say, I think Vince gave her the same speech as Ronda. Like, hey, you need to smile more. You're a good guy.
And she's standing there with her back. Like, she does the hillbilly Jim, Faust. She fucking does that.
It's like it's so different than what she was doing in NXT, where she was,
because Vince has never watched NXT in his life.
But she was, trying to be like Diesel. And just try to be cool, She's calling herself Big Mommy Cool, and all of a sudden she comes out, smiles. Hey,
she goes, doesn't mean I'm not going to slap hands, but it better have a black glove at the end of it, Faust. So now we get Ronda, Roddy Rodriguez versus Ronda for the title here, Faust.
Back and forth.
I'm surprised.
Just trying to make Rodriguez look like she can hang.
I'm shocked they had this match. I said, in AEW, I expect this. Since they bring a new person in, they lose. But for them to have this Rodriguez, Faust, lose this early, if she had killed people for a few matches, a couple months, like destroy everyone, one fucking match. And then you go, the way this match was, where you actually thought for a couple seconds, oh, fuck. I'm like, shit, what the fuck is this? You would have a much better belief. I go, fucking, this is your first fucking match, really. I mean, what the fuck is this? Yeah. So, it wasn't going to happen.
Well, get a handshake at the end, and, that'll put you over with the crowd, because
you're
Ronda
good.
Respects you. It's like when The Undertaker shook John Cena's hand.
Yeah, and John Cena looked like an asshole afterwards. You remember what he did afterwards? Like this. Fuck. Oh, he's a fucking mark in the back. I'm surprised he didn't ask for an autograph, too, afterwards.
Like trademark, his buddy.
There you go. Is that what happened? He was asking for autographs?
No. I was just saying because you said like a mark, and then I just tried to tie it into the trademark.
Yeah, where is trademark?
Before this, I'm surprised you didn't mention this or make a note. They had a big Special Olympics promo.
Faust, I have it on Raw. I didn't realize. I have notes for Raw. Don't worry. I have it for Raw because there's some gold in them there hills, Faust, with the Ritas. Hey, Rita. In the back, we get a Shitsy sighting. She says Raquel pushed her out of the way when she was going to accept the title match.
Oh, that's what they were arguing about. You got out there first. Come in. I was like, what?
And then, Faust, Nahoop shows up. And she says, old Nahoop, she come out there and she says, hey, I was locked in my locker. Faust, that Nahoop look all right. But the problem is you couldn't date her because of that fucking name. I told you I refused to date someone because her name was Ursula. I can't do that shit. I can't introduce nobody to that. Madcap interview in the ring. And I'm like, oh no, when he shows up. Because now on the graphic on the fucking screen, Faust, is thumbs. And I go, oh, they're not getting away from it, Faust. They're embracing it. They're telling them to do it. They're telling them to thumbs up, everyone. Fucking, he should wear number 60, Faust.
I know.
Thumbs up.
It's more bad jokes. He says
same Corbin jokes.
I would have lost to Corbin. If he would have just talked more about how much he paid for his watch, I would have tapped out. And I want to have a mixed tag with Sasha.
Oh,
We'd be called Madcap Boss.
Well, good luck with that now.
Shit.
Corbin shows up and beats the shit out of him, puts the chair on his neck, and this looked good because he smashed the Andre. It looked like he crushed his neck, and I go, fuck. And he smashed his neck.
Isn't Corbin supposed to be going away? That's what we were told.
Yeah, for paternity, right? It's coming up, apparently. I don't know.
It's coming.
Like an orgasm is coming. So, okay.
Corbin says that he's going to the hospital.
And started laughing. Does he dies from it.
And he's got a cervical contusion.
Everybody with the cervical cancer. Baszler and Natty versus Sasha and Naomi. Hope you enjoy this match. This is the last time you're going to see them. Faust, we said it last week. We write this stuff, and we said what would happen. Do you know what I'm going to refer to?
Nope.
Faust, we said first she was fucking mummified, and then it was half,
right.
and we said
it would be tape.
She's going to have tape. She had fucking tape. Good guys win. I said, I hope this is fucking over with. Good. Gulak in the back with Ricochet. Mad, and he says next time he sees this fucking Gunther, he gonna put him in his place. He turns the corner, and there's old Gunther.
What did you say about the ring, Hadara?
And he tears his shirt off and give him a good plop to the chest. I go, what? What did he ever do wrong to anybody? Get abused. Kofi versus Butch, Faust. Butch's hat falls off on the way to the ring because that pineapple on top of his fucking head.
This is just sitting there. It's just resting.
He was balancing the whole way.
Like a model trying to balance a book on their head.
Faust, if Kofi was the world champion, Butch would be our world champion. Remember this. Butch could have been the world champion. After the match, Butch leaves through the crowd, then comes back. I'm fucking tired of them all, Faust.
I know.
I'm sick of it.
I'm like, this is the same guy that was beating up everybody in NXT. Interesting. And it's funny because Butch hits his finisher, the bitter end, and Cole doesn't know the name. He goes,
I like that you even know the name.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That was it. Like, hey, look at that.
Sammy's in the back with Paul. Paul says, Roman appreciates you. And I go, I beat Jericho to that one.
Yeah.
Fuck. We told Jericho, you got to get out there. You got to say, appreciate me. Bloodline in the ring says, you know the routine. We smash him on Sunday, Faust. And we come out on the next Friday and we say, who's next? But there ain't nobody left here, Faust. I go, look at the fucking world of difference this Roman Reigns. It is fucking spectacular and fantastic. Faust, I keep thinking at the wedding, Faust, I go, if they change their fucking plan and I get to have an entrance to the altar, Faust, we're fucking doing this. We're doing this, Faust. I'm going to come out fucking like I fucking did something. Fucking
like those African kids.
Like the Africans. And Faust, you go sit to the side. Fucking, I just gonna go up with the one because we ain't got no damn belts to fucking lift up, Faust. Right. And then you fucking strut to the ring. You fucking go like this when you fucking walk to the ring, Faust. Like, you ain't said shit to me. Smooth as a motherfucker, Faust.
Smooth.
That'd be fucking great. Fucking, I go, where my firework and explosion, Faust? Fucking great. Okay, they say this, and then RK Bro comes out, and they want a title match. Or with Uso. Uso goes, okay, then next Friday. Riddle
there was a
jerk-off
joke in there somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, he fucking knees. I didn't write this shit down. He knees Roman in the face, and that's the end of this. That's how we fucking go out there. So, let's go on over, Faust. It's time, I believe, that we go over to the pay side, Faust. That is patreon.com/LingusMafia. Also go to belowthecollar.com patreon.com/Lingus Mafia. See our beautiful new, oh, there it is. Faust must have 12 of them because he wears every show. I keep mine clean because we got to wear it to the rehearsal.
Right.
All right. We'll see you over on the other side.
Who's Kev?
All righty, Fausty. It's Raw, and oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. From get-go, Faust, I went, oh, I grabbed my face, Faust. I went like, oh no. And why did I do it? What did I see on the screen, Faust? I went, no, don't do it.
I don't know.
Don't do it. This is Cav Manning from the Lingus Mafia podcast and host of the Wrestlingus Show. Why would you listen to the same old run-of-the-mill wrestling review show? Instead, listen to the Wrestlingus Show. We bust balls and say what you're thinking. Black shows up and spooges in Julia's face. I don't know why she's
COVID
freaked
in her
out.
face.
You know this is old hat.
And that was a light one compared to what she's probably used.
Yeah. We dove deep into Aaliyah's debut. She pukes all over her tits.
Like she spit up a bowl of soup or something. Tomato soup.
What should Dewdrop's flying crossbody be called? Beware of the hog splash. Go to patreon.com/Lingus Mafia and sign up for as little as $5. To find out where to listen to some of these shows for free, go to Twitter @Lingus Mafia.